Well, I've talked several times about what water does for you, everything from cooling you off to controlling your calories to helping you deal with stress. But did you know that water can help you prevent Alzheimer's and dementia? Dealing with water and dementia today on a quick hit with Personal Edge Fitness Podcast.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast
with Garrett Williamson.
Health, wellness, exercise, nutrition, and a whole lot more. Got questions? Call us and leave a message at 251-278-EDGE or message us at Personal Edge Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, at Team PE on Twitter, or personaledgefitness.com.
Good day. This is Garrett Williamson, your host for the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am the president of Personal Edge Fitness, and if you have any questions about this particular podcast or any others that we've had, or have any general questions about health, fitness, or wellness, please contact us at area code 251-278-EDGE. That's area code 251-278-3343. You can also reach out to me at Garrett, Garrett, at personaledgefitness.com. And you can also reach out to us at our website, which of course is personaledgefitness.com, and our Facebook page, Personal Edge Fitness. I'm going so rapidly through that today because I'm excited about this topic. You've heard me talk so much about water. I know that. But I'm actually reading a fantastic book by a physician. He's actually done an entire series on the need for water and our needs for hydration. This book by Dr. Feridun Batmanglij, that's a mouthful, definitely, is fantastic and basically gives all the facts. He's done all the research behind what I've been telling you for the longest time about all the different things that water does. Now, I've actually got a series coming up on this book series where I'm going to explain basically why we're in chronic pain because of lack of water, why we're taking in way too many medications because of lack of water, the problems that we're causing to our body where we think we're sick, but we're really not. We're just dehydrated. I'm going to do a deep dive into that, but this is one that I didn't think could wait. So I'm doing a quick hit on this particular subject, and that happens to be dealing with Alzheimer's or dementia due to the lack of water. When we have chronic dehydration, now let me clarify what chronic dehydration is. Basically, everybody you know is living in chronic dehydration. No, they're not wandering around panting and passing out because of overwhelming thirst. Chronic dehydration means not taking in the recommended daily allowance of water that our body needs. Well, as I've told you before, it's stated that over 75%, or actually over 72% of adults don't drink enough water. I actually think the number is higher than that. But so, if nothing else, 72% of people walking around, basically close to 3 out of 4 people that you see walking around aren't drinking enough water. That's called chronic dehydration. When you have chronic dehydration, especially when you have it for long periods of time, your brain cells begin to shrink. The example that Dr. Batmanglij uses is, think of a prune shrinking, drying up and shrinking. That's what's happening to your brain or happening to the cells in your brain. In a dehydrated state, most functions in the brain get lost. Many functions in the brain get lost. And one of them that does slow down and get lost is the transport system delivering neurotransmitters to nerve endings. Now, you've heard me talk about neurotransmitters before. You've heard me talk about neurotransmitters when I talked about balance. Many people think that a balance is associated with age. Balance has absolutely nothing to do with time passing on the calendar. It has everything to do with activity, and it has a lot to do with dehydration. If you're not getting that communication to where it needs to get, you're not going to have the reactions that you need to have. In other words, I know that I'm falling. I need to step my leg out to the right real quick, but I can't get the communication there quick enough, so therefore I'm wobbly and I fall. Causes memory lapses. That simple thing that I've used it as an example in the past about thinking of your neighbor's name. You've been neighbors with them for 30 years. I just can't think their name. Oh, I'm having a senior moment or something ridiculous like that, some ridiculous excuse that we attach to it. No, there's a reason for everything, and the reason you're having that is lack of water. This is why grandmother doesn't have the memory she used to have. This is why people seem to repeat themselves a lot in the early stages of dementia, is those neurotransmitters aren't getting to those nerve endings. Now, this particular physician actually has been preaching this for quite some time, and he's actually reached several other physicians, some of them that have started to treat their dementia patients with increased hydration. he has them drinking water. I mean, every day drinking a little more water. I'm getting more deeper into this, into the amounts that they're going to or whatever, and I bet you money it's going to be over 100 ounces. But they have clinical studies now. They have examples left, right, and center of people that are having early onset of dementia. They increase their water intake, and their memory starts coming back, and they start getting rid of these signs. So it's not quite the disease that we think it is as far as having an unknown cause. There's a direct cause and effect here. And the reason I'm doing a quick hit on this is the fact that I'm sure you know somebody that's experiencing dementia or Alzheimer's. I mean, it's become rather prevalent. If you notice, it's become far more prevalent, it seems, in the last 20 or 30 years than it ever was when I was growing up. And I seriously believe that is because of the increased stress levels, the increased intake of caffeine, stimulants that have caffeine in them, which causes dehydration, on top of the fact that we've never taken enough water on a regular basis. So we're seeing this instance of dementia and Alzheimer's rise. But there's a direct cause and effect here. So one more reason to make sure that you're maintaining your water intake. What is the water intake? Well, as I've told you many times before, recommended by the National Institute of Health, the American Heart Association, the American Medical Association, the American Dietary Association, Stanford Medical, Harvard Medical, Cleveland Clinic, Cooper Clinic. I can keep going. All of them, over 100 ounces a day, every single day, every day that it ends in a Y. National Don't Drink Water Day, that day too. If you can do it 8 days a week, do it 8 days a week. Don't miss a day. And check out my podcast on water. It's podcast number 4. It'll tell you exactly how to get to 100 ounces. And the big key after that is once you do it, stay there. Stay there. Make sure that you're taking in that amount of water, and keeping yourself out of the dementia and Alzheimer's territory is one huge reason. If the others aren't important to you, like weight loss or weight control or energy levels or increasing or overall efficiency of the body isn't important, well, avoiding dementia, I'm sure, is more than an important enough reason to continue to keep your water intake over 100 ounces. Avoiding dementia through simple hydration. Just one more way we help you live your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Subscribe now and be a part of the show by calling 251-278-EDGE or message us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness or at Team PE on Twitter, and visit us at personaledgefitness.com.